Friday, 3rd of December 2021, Psalm 115. 18 verses, we'll do 1 to 10 today. 115. Not unto us, O Lord, not unto us, but unto thy name give glory, for thy mercy and thy truth's sake. Wherefore should the heathen say, where is now their God? But our God is in the heavens. He hath done whatsoever he hath pleased. Their idols are silver and gold, the work of men's hands. They have mouths, but they speak not. Eyes have they, but they see not. They have ears, but they hear not. Noses have they, but they smell not. They have hands, but they handle not. Feet they have, but they walk not. Neither speak they through their throat. They that make them are like unto them. So is everyone that trusteth in them. O Israel, trust thou in the Lord. He is their help and their shield. O house of Aaron, trust in the Lord. He is their help and their shield. Ye that fear the Lord, trust in the Lord. He is their help and their shield. The struggle you're always going to have in this earth is the flesh that wants to be just like those around you. Now Israel, first a man, then a nation, is in one sense the perfect example of this struggle. Because so went the man at times, so the nation went also. Not unto us, O Lord, not unto us, but unto thy name give glory, for thy mercy and thy truth's sake. Do you think God for a moment is going to give you glory? Is he going to give you glory? Well, no, not in this form. But he's not giving you standalone glory. You can't have glory in and of yourself because you're of the sin nature. But yet when you are resurrected, you will have glory. Now look at what this scripture is saying. Not unto us, Lord, not unto us, but unto thy name give glory, for thy mercy and thy truth's sake. Verse 2, wherefore should the heathen say, where is now their God? What's happening here is a persecution of sorts. It's a time of great distress, and the heathen are watching you. They're bowing down and they're worshipping their idols. The person saying this psalm is seeing this. He's feeling this pressure. He's feeling this oppression of whatever the circumstance is, and the heathen have brought it. They're having victory over him. And they're saying, where's his God now? Look at our gods. This is what's happening here. You can work backwards from what is said. And David has to remind him, or the writer of this psalm, doesn't say who, the writer of this psalm has to remind himself, but hang on a minute. They're worshipping stones and statues. The real calamity that's coming upon me here is the hand of God to chasten me and to test me. Am I really going to keep walking? Am I really going to keep the conversation of a saved man? The Lord is testing me. They're exalting themselves over me now. They're mocking me. You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of Christ on the cross. He said he'd raise up the temple in 3 days. Can't even get himself down off the cross. Ha, 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 ha. He said he was the Son of God. Look, he got nailed to the cross. Cursed is everyone that hangeth on a tree. He's cursed of God, and this proves it. He'd be leading us to glory. He'd be leading the armies of man to glory. We'd have great strength and power in this earth. But what you've got to understand here is God's not about giving you glory. Jesus received glory in time when he was resurrected. You see, if the very Son of God had to go to the cross, then who are we? Who is the author of this psalm to say that he ought to get glory? Not unto us, O Lord, not unto us, but unto thy name give glory. That indicates that there is a time to come when he will indeed get glory. For thy mercy and thy truth's sake. Wherefore should the heathen say, where is now their God? But unto our God is in the heavens. He hath done whatsoever he hath pleased. He's not represented by a stone, by a stock of wood that's been skillfully carved into an image. He's not represented by the work of men's hands. Cain with his vegetables, he's not represented by this. He's the innocent victim, the substitute. That's what he is. He's the substitute. And we ought to allow ourselves to be the substitute. We're not going to be a part of this earth. And by us saying our God is in the heavens and does not get represented by the works of our hands, we are as Christ. We are as the substitute. We are the substitute. Instead of giving glory to this earth, we give glory to the God of heaven. And we make ourselves a gazing stock by doing this. Where is their God now? That's the boast of the heathen always. The unbeliever. The one who doesn't name Christ. We are as Christ. You'll never be greater than your master. It is enough that you are as your master. Their idols are silver and gold, the work of men's hands. They have mouths, verse 5, but they speak not. Eyes have they, but they see not. They have ears, but they hear not. Noses have they, but they... These are the people. The man is describing the people. Those that make them alike unto them. Well, he's just being an insult. No, he's not being an insulting man. You've got eyes, look at the creation. You've got ears, hear of where the creation came from and the power of God. A big bang? Are you dumb? There's only one way this earth can run. And when there's conflict, something breaks. It declines. And when you're told and you see with your own eyes and you smell with your own nose and you say somehow an idol made this, oh, it's just a representation. Where's your God then? Is he so big and powerful that you have to conjure something up in your mind and have some sort of worldview that is just convenient for you to work out in your little circumstance? This earth and what happens in it is far greater than you, and will die, and you're going to die. And then what of your God? They are like unto them. They don't see, although they have eyes. They don't hear, although they have ears. They can't speak any truth because they have none, though they have mouths. They can't speak. They're mute to the things of God because they honour this earth. They honour the work of men's hands. And they will perish with the earth. They that make, verse 8, make them alike unto them. So is everyone that trusteth in them. Now, the Roman Catholics are just so ridiculous. They're so stupid. They'll say, oh, they're not idols, they're just representations. And that the God of the Old Testament is the same God that they worship. They have ears, but they hear not. They have eyes, but they see not. They have mouths, but they speak not. There's nothing in their throat that has any sense of truth. Mm-hmm. Does God use idols to represent anything? There's never been an occasion that he said erect. As a matter of fact, he says the opposite on numerous occasions. I'm in the heavens. I'm not on this earth. I can't be made with men's hands. What in essence they're saying is that Joseph and Mary lay together and Jesus was a natural born son. Because he was an act of man's hands. Mm. No. It is a gross, forced misrepresentation, ascribing clearly a cult, the Babylonish whore, directly onto and making everything just fit into. And then anybody who has the temerity to point out the obvious, glaring errors must be executed. Because the ones that have mouths and can speak and have God in heaven and to their God are the most dangerous of all. Because their earth and their dominion and their domain is not of this earth. Therefore, they can speak against this earth with great clarity and great potency, great power. Because the one they represent doesn't have this kingdom in this earth. O Israel, trust thou in the Lord. See, Lord in heaven, all caps, Jehovah. He is their help and their shield. Not an idol. They don't get aid from a piece of wood or a piece of stone or a piece of porcelain, a piece of plastic. Manufactured out of whatever materials you like. It's nothing. And their shield. Interesting. What's a shield? This verse 10, a house of Aaron. Remember Aaron? The one through fear thought he was going to be killed. Moses is up on the mountain, all the lightnings and power that's coming from the mountain, right in their very presence, I might add. Because they had ears, but they didn't hear what was happening, a mile away on a mountain. They didn't hear the rumblings and the power that was in the cloud and the power that was over the mountain. And they saw their own eyes a man go up to that mountain, whom they'd heard and they'd seen and they'd felt and known through 10 plagues in Egypt. So you can come through great things in this walk in faith and you can lose faith. It's diligence in this walk that keeps you pressing on. It's an act of the will. You press. Nothing just happens. Nothing. If your mother didn't have faith, you wouldn't be here. Your mother didn't exercise. She had faith, didn't exercise that faith. You ought to cherish this woman. You owe her your life. I say that in every regard. But yet you can walk away and forget. There's nothing like pressure to cause forgetfulness. And it's when that pressure comes, the habit you've been into, because you've shown yourself a disciple and you've had the discipline to seek and press and press and press and seek. You've had the discipline at the time when there wasn't a great deal of pressure to remember. Because you're a disciple and you have that discipline. And he's crying out to Aaron. O house of Aaron, trust in the Lord. Remember what your forebear did, Aaron. That pressure. Golden calf. And whether Aaron was a metalsmith or whether he had it commissioned, I don't know. It just says Aaron made the golden calf. They'd just come out of slavery and they had all these trade skills that were forced upon them because they had to make the images and the idols of Egypt. Remember, you trust in the Lord. He is their help and their shield. Trust unto us. Okay, what's a shield? What does a shield do? Trust is what you pray in. Trust is what you pray to. What's a shield? Someone, anyone?
Quenches the fiery darts of evil one.
Very good, son. Very good. So what are you trusting in? Truly, what are you trusting in? Just ask yourself the question. Don't answer me anything. Just ask yourself the question. Above all, take the shield of faith. What you trust in is what you hide behind when calamity comes. And you realise that shield needs to be worked at in practice before the battle comes. You don't become proficient in quenching or placing in front of you for protection the against fiery darts if you're not doing it much in practice. Like, you get up at whatever hour in the morning to pray. That's the practice time. That's when the shield comes. Above all, taking the shield of faith, wherewith you shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked. You realise that fiery darts are designed to kill you. You realise it's possible not to have that shield up in time. You do realise this, don't you? There's great spiritual connotation here, but it's played out in the natural. It's played out in the natural. I don't know if my eldest daughter's coming back. I don't know if she's coming back. Am I going to lose any more? That's the question I have. I've given it to the Lord. I can't. It was driving me insane. It was driving me to despair. I'll say it that way. I wasn't driving me to despair. It was driving me to despair. And that's where I need to be. It's in the Lord's hands. I can't do it. You young girls, you need to continually pray. Because when mum and dad are stripped from you in this current calamity, maybe in the next 12 months, time will come and you go, oh, well, that happened quickly. No, it didn't. You had plenty of time. Lift yourselves up upon your beds and pray. If you're weak, work to a strength. If you can't sit, stand. If you can't stand, run. O house of Aaron, trust in the Lord. What do you say, house of Aaron? Because he just came through talking about idols. He's reminding Aaron, reminding his house, his progenitor, and everybody else who knows of the story. Trust in the Lord. And he is your shield. Don't be like unto those that trust in the works of their hands, and their wealth and their riches, and their confidence, and their businesses, and their houses, and their lands. And they've laid up wealth for many years. And they say to themselves, eat, drink, and be merry. My barns are full. And the Lord says, thou fool, when you're born, I gave you so many years. I brought across your path so many people. I gave you so many opportunities. I only gave you so many years, and you've worked your whole life, and now who knows that you're going to leave all your wealth to a fool. This day thy soul is required of thee. How many years has the Lord left you? The Lord gave this one here no life out of the womb. That's what the Lord had determined. But yet he sits here 18 years later. Because there was a shield that was practiced. And the Lord honoured that faith. I saw it with my own eyes. Now I trusted well beyond and well before, and I still would if that didn't happen. And we had not the blessing of 18 years of memories. But the Lord, just like Hezekiah getting 15 more years after he sinned, and the Lord allowed him to be sick because of his sin. I've healed you, and I've forgiven you. You have 15 more years. You don't know when.
No.
Your son might have a tangle with a brown snake today. You're a brother. I don't know. I don't know. Remember, house of Aaron, the Lord is your trust and your shield.